Rana Kibak, and today I will be talking to you about success of Starbucks and whether it's strategical or non-strategical. First, we're going to move on to Starbucks and its history, and I'm going to tell you that the business opens first in 1971 as a blue ocean strategy business as a single shop, selling high quality coffee, dark roasted coffee, and it does not sell brewed coffee at all, only making samples from time to time. The fact that the company does not have any competitors yet and no plans for expansion, and also their target markets are identified, makes it a blue ocean company. Even though starting off small, the sales start to exceed expectations, and Starbucks opens another store in 1972. As the former CEO of Starbucks starts working for the owner of Starbucks in 1981, he just decides that he loves the business so much, and so he brings over another group for them to lead the Starbucks company. And so the business is sold and bought by Howard Schultz's group, and further on in the years 2000, they managed to make about 8,000 retail outlets that open worldwide. There were mostly opening 3 probably every day, which is a very big number. But moving on to the number today, in 2013, there's 17,572 shops around in 61 countries all over the world. This also proves that Starbucks is known everywhere and it's beloved by almost anybody, and even popular people adore Starbucks. Also, Fortune magazine have named it one of the most admired brands, and the Entrepreneur magazine has not hesitated to place them on the 8th place for trusted brands around the world. Starbucks is starting to be more of a red ocean strategy company now, but it still manages to outperform any other coffee businesses with its way of serving their customers, which gives them a competitive advantage. Moving on to the strategic marketing decisions of Starbucks, Chandler believes that the best way of creating success is to have a long-term strategy for it. And this is just exactly what Starbucks have done. When they decided upon a goal, their mission statement was of bringing happiness to the customers. And they already knew what they wanted to achieve. They just needed to implement on a strategy of doing so and making people happy. Also, another strategy is a SWOT analysis, which helps the entire company develop its ideas by recognizing the strengths, the weaknesses, and also understanding the opportunities and threats of the entire company. It's also giving the company a wider vision of the advantages and disadvantages that they may be facing. Speaking earlier about being a red ocean strategy, even though it is like that, being a red ocean company, Even though it is like that, they do have a differentiation strategy that brings them out, which means that their way of operating and developing is different than the other companies, and that their concept of Starbucks being a place where people can meet and do business or work or socialize is not the same as anybody else's. In terms of marketing, social media and others, Starbucks is just being quite innovative, and it's basically all over the world and all over the place, being such a loved brand. You can see ads and pictures of them everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Starbucks is basically everywhere. And also, talking about innovative, the website called My Starbucks Idea um, is what makes customers feel important and feel that they are actually listened to. They have the website where you can write down your own ideas of how the company can improve, and so it makes it easier for the company to analyze their target markets and what their customers need and what they are looking for. Moving on to human resource management. Um, Starbucks has a great understanding of cultures anyway, as they have recently opened 3,000 shops around in China and Asia Pacific. This also makes the place a culture friendly place to work in, as well as their strategy has been to plan human resource management, and in order to identify the partner's needs and requirements and satisfy them. They have satisfied their partner's needs through several things, which I'm gonna go through with you right now. One of them is the 25-hour in-store training that the newbies get before they enter in the actual shop and start actually working. Um, um, they are being taught how to act around customers, what is required of them to do, and also the way of making coffee. They can also get NBQs. They're also called coffee master degrees, where partners are being taught about the origins of the coffee and the quality of it, and how to pour a shot of espresso, the art of making coffee, and after this they are being assessed by expert field, and after this they get coffee master qualification and also their black 8, which means that they have obviously had the qualification taken. Also, part-time staff have the same rules and opportunities as full-time staff. 30% of the part-time workers in the U.S. receive health care, paid sick leave, and eligibility for bonuses. Um, Generally, all the staff are provided with medical, dental, and vision care, as well as vacations and free coffee and tea products. They get it every week. Moving on to our financial strategic management, we can notice that in 2011, the Starbucks have had a net operating income of $1.7 billion, and in the fiscal year of 2012, they have had $2 billion, which means that they have got an increase on the operating income, as well as the total net revenue increased by 14% in 2012 to $13.3 billion, driven by global comparable store sales growth of 7% and a 50% increase in channel development revenue. Um, Starbucks do have a strong pricing strategy, and this acts effectively towards cost management. Um, they want to open up more stores around the world. Also, um, planning to open several ones in 2000 by the fiscal year of 2013. Um, their strategy is not only to expand organically, where they refurbish the old and open the new coffee shops, but also develop inorganically um, in order for them to change their target markets and gain more target markets. Um, they will do this by buying the Tazo branded K-Cup tea. They've already bought La Boulange Bakery, and they are trying to develop its relationships with Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. And as if this wasn't enough, they are gonna open a Tijuana tea bar in New York to develop their business. They have done research and figured out that 50% of the population of America um, drinks tea daily, and so they believe that this will help Starbucks create a different target market, which will obviously help them financially to gain, to grow inorganically. um, Moving on to our recommendations and the conclusion. Um, Starbucks has always been keeping a strategy for everything they do, and everything they do is the key to their successful business. Just like before, they have business plans, and if anything went wrong, they knew where the problem was and just went ahead and solved it. Um, they are also trying to stay committed to what they do and the way they do it. And they are trying to implement the Starbucks experience when they're gonna open their Tijuana Tea Bar in New York. Um, the the website, My Starbucks Idea, is the best way to find out or research what customers need, what they like and dislike, and what needs to be improved, and so on. So at the moment, if we have a look at the website, they're implementing drive-thrus. They have completed the task to sell good oatmeal, and the task of launching My Starbucks Idea app is being processed. And so this is clearly a sign that Starbucks does care about its customers. Business has always been fluctuating in general anyway, and so Starbucks, I think it's a good way to prove that no matter what, in what situation you are, if you know your strategy, you can always find yourself at the top, even though you've had ups and downs. Starbucks has never failed to surprise its customers.